Hello, this is Tsukihime. Just being here by myself. This might not look like my server, but trust me it is. Welcome back to my Minecraft server. A lot of stuff has happened since I last logged on. Uh, as you can see, we've started filling in the 701 by 701 diameter circle of dirt. I'm gonna skin my brother for telling me to do this. And I gotta do it again underneath. Anyway. If I had my time back, I would have started a layer before, or a layer lower, then all I have to do is just fill it in from standing where I am instead of having to go underneath everything. Well, I'll see if I can get another layer up anyway. Anyway, this is the middle island. He wanted a 200 by 200 diameter circle in the middle, so this is the 200 by 200 diameter circle. And he wanted a 10 block moat. I'm guessing this is about 10 blocks. One side was 8 and one side was 11. I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway, so it's got a moat. Everything around here is supposed to be filled in. This part here is supposed to stay empty. And this part here is supposed to be filled in. I got the circle, top of the circle done. And this is underneath. I want to go into creative for a moment. Whoops. Game mode C. It's quite the undertaking for sure. I'm over halfway done the bottom part. So yeah, every time I go down a little bit, I go in about 5 or 10 or so. We're probably going to make it filled in more. See, it goes like that. And yeah, so that's basically how this island is. These islands are going to be. They're eventually going to drop. I'm eventually going to have like a spire on the bottom kind of thing, but for now, this is all I have. And I don't want to do anything with the top layer of this castle until I have at least 3 people on the server, including my brother, and I haven't got a hold of him in ages, so that's it. I'm sure he's probably just busy with work, just like myself. I can't wait until I start doing the underwater city, because I'm going to do an underwater city underneath this big, like the floaty one. And it's going to be all electrically powered. It's going to be fantastic. Little lanterns underwater and everything. It's going to be great. Anyway, so I wanted to show that off. I'm kind of hoping that Browsefrosh logs in at the very least, but I don't think he's going to. So I guess this will probably be a short episode, because I don't want to make it just a monologue, even though that's what I'm doing. Let me see. So yeah, this is what I've got done so far, filling in the big circle. So you can see what my progress is just by looking at the map. I don't want to go there. So yeah. And I think this was just started to be made by the time my last episode was over. It's finished now, but I don't really want to go up the stairs because it just takes forever to get up anywhere. See, it just keeps going up like this, and it feels like you've already reached the top when you're really only about halfway and all that stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna get out of there. Yeah, it's not much happening in the server right at the moment. There's nobody really online. Yeah. I found like the main reason why we want to make these villages and stuff like that, it's not just to show off that we have no time on our hands. Well, we have plenty of time on our hands, I mean. Everything back up. It's not just that, it's more like we want to show that, well, for one, we can do it, but another thing is that I was planning on making some kind of online webcomic series, and of course it's going to be in towns and stuff, so that's the inspiration for doing this. I wish my brother would start building over here for once. Yeah. So the town hasn't really changed much. We managed to put another layer, another floor on top of the hospital. I might make another floor. I don't know yet. So that's basically all there is to it right now. If I ever gets any help, I might actually be able to fill in make these houses. And I gotta tell my brother that we don't need just dirt anymore. Now we need lots and lots of stone instead. Stone and dirt, so he's gonna be busy. Yeah, so that's basically it. Now let's go over to Cantuta and see what's going on there. We haven't had any comments for what kind of fence siding that you want. So we're going to keep it like that until somebody makes it their own decision. Because I kind of like all three of them, really. The three options we had. So it doesn't really matter to me what one wins, ultimately. As long as something does. I was kind of hoping Browse would log in, but I guess that's probably not going to happen. Well, that's no big deal. What the? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yep, and this is why I usually go cave hunting underwater. Huh. Okay. That's enough of that. Now let's see what's going on in Cantuta. I haven't been here in a while. I want to see if Browse done something. So far, nothing over there. So yeah, that's still open for debate there. Ooh. I see. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Whoa, he done something here. Oh, it feels like he did something. I guess he didn't. Oh, he did. He filled this in so I can't just fly up the middle. Oh well. Oh well, let's see. Okay. So yeah, that's the inside of this building, the house that was going to be here. So Cantuta is a city that's, I don't know if I described this before, but it's supposed to be a city built inside a mountain. So all the those little places that we were going into before, like this one here, is a residence. So they have 2 floors and all that fun, strange, wonderful stuff. So they have, like, most of the residences will have 2 floors. I've been laying signs for every place that hasn't, like that I know what's going to be done with them. So if I know what's going to be done with them, I'll leave a sign there so that we know what needs to be done. This one's not even finished yet. Yeah, so that's basically how that works. Wow, the server is very boring if I don't have someone on with me. Why does this place don't have a second... This place doesn't have a second floor. I'm gonna have to make note of that. Okay. Whoop. Alright. So that's Cantuta. We should probably make those leaves a little bit bigger to make the canopy bigger. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, what's this? What's going on here? To Atlantis. Yeah, this place is cheesily enough being called Atlantis. So instead of the underwater city being Atlantis, it's going to be the above water city. Yeah. So I've been making things easier for myself. Whenever I go to the windmill, I bring along an ender chest, and I fill that up as well. So I basically have two inventories when I come up here. And I have my Silk Touch pickaxe. And that's what I use to break the stuff. So that explains how I get all my stuff back up here. Alright. Whee! Don't worry about that little slamming sound. That was just my my mouse. I let go of it and it just kind of lifted up there a little bit and slapped down. Right. So this is basically what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. If you're ever wondering what I was doing on the server, this was basically it. I've been working on this floating island thing all this time. Browse has a floor plan laid for, well, he has an idea in mind, but I'm going to let my brother make the decision on what he should do with it. Anyway, so if you ever wonder why the Minecraft server hasn't been getting very many videos, it's mostly because A, I'm not recording due to work, or B, I'm not recording due to nobody else being able to log on. So if you want more Minecraft, we're probably going to have to wait until they log on. Because I don't think I'll be doing this too many more times. Well, I mean recording by myself. I don't think I'll be doing that too many more times for the server. I mean, I'll Let's Play Tales of Fantasia and stuff like that without second commentary. But for Minecraft, this is something that needs... It almost needs to have someone. Because I almost don't know what to talk about half the time. But I'm planning on making an underwater city underneath this Atlantis one. It's not going to really be a mirror of the one on top. It's just going to be underwater houses that'll have like glass roofs instead of normal roofs. Maybe I should stock up on some sand. But well, I'll do that later. But yeah, see, this is all the recording was gonna be if we recorded multiplayer a while ago, because this is all I'm doing is just laying down stone. So I've been trying to get some other people on, but I can't get them to log on for the life of me. Oh yeah, and before people have any ideas, this is the last layer I'm doing on this middle island. That's gonna be a full layer, because I was stupid and didn't make this a layer lower, like this whole island a layer lower. Because if it was, then that would have made things so much easier. But I didn't do that, so I'm gonna have to do things the good old-fashioned way. Once this thing is filled and my brother or somebody logs on, I'll be able to, like, I'll stand down here while they build, so while they're digging out stuff up there, I'll be able to collect their leftovers, because I don't want all that dirt in the water. And this is the reason why I space things too like that. You have no idea how much faster my building gets when I do this. So this is kind of like a pro tip for anybody who's making something huge like myself. That's what she said. And yeah. Oh. Oh. This is the part I hate, is when it does this. Ah! I hate it even more when it does that. There. Ah, shit. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm a little bit rusty at the timing. Shit. Screw it, I'll get it on the return trip. Anyway, another thing I wanted to mention, Tales of Fantasia is reaching, I think it's probably reaching the halfway point, or a little bit beyond that by now. So I'm thinking about what I should do for my next Let's Play. I was thinking about a semi-blind run of a Super Nintendo game that I've never heard of until lately. The main reason why I never heard of it was because it was not released over here, just like Tales of Fantasia. And it had to be fan-translated, just like Tales of Fantasia. And only, unlike Tales of Fantasia, this was not released over here first nor last, so it never got a Game Boy Advance re-release or anything like that. But it did have a couple of editions. I think it was on the Sega CD at first, kind of like how Lunar was on the Sega CD. And it even has voice acting, so it was a pleasant surprise. I never expected the game to have voice acting in it, so that's basically it. A lot of the Super Nintendo games from back then that I've never heard of before, they're starting to get translated now, like they're starting to be finished. Like people are starting to discover these wonderful new games, well, old games, but new to us. And you know, there's a lot of old gamers like myself who like pixels. That's the reason why Minecraft is so freaking popular, that and the whole sandbox thing. So yeah. Well, there was a couple of ideas that I had. One was that one that I'm not even going to say what the name of it is, because I'll leave it as a surprise. It will be Let's Played. I have determined it will be Let's Played. It's too amazing for... It's basically everything that Tales of Fantasia is in the Super Nintendo... not Super Nintendo. Like everything Tales of Fantasia has in the PlayStation version that's not in the Super Nintendo version is in this game. I'll just leave it at that. And the gameplay is very unique. But anyway, that game is very high up on my Let's Play list of what I should play next. I'm also thinking about doing Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance. It's, I don't think I'll ever be able to do Dark Dawn. I own the game like the other one, but I doubt I can be able to do Dark... I think it's called Dark Dawn, isn't it? But anyway, I don't think I'll be able to do that, only because I don't have any... Like, my computer is not good enough, I guess, to play it and record at the same time, and I don't have any software that'll record both screens, so... It's not going to happen. Not yet, anyway. I'm not going to say it's definitely not going to happen, because... Who knows, I might actually get the proper program to record DS games, who knows. But for now I'm not going to do Dark Dawn, which is fine, because I like doing things in order anyway. Another thing I was considering doing was a blind playthrough of Tales of Eternia, which is known in the US, I believe, as Tales of Destiny 2. So I was thinking about doing that one. I tried to get a version of Tales of Destiny 1, like the first Tales of Destiny, but I really couldn't find any, so just sorry, you're gonna have to make do with just skipping that one for now. Another one I want to play is Legend of Dragoon for the PlayStation 1, and Suikoden 1 for the PlayStation 1. I've played both those games to death. I love them dearly. My friend found Suikoden 1 in a bargain bin over in a store in the town that we lived in, of which I'm immensely, immensely, immensely jealous. She better have me written in her will for that, because I really want that game. So it's basically, it's a $70 game, and she got it for cheap in a bargain bin. Now I can't find it anywhere else. I mean, it's not like they make PlayStation 1 games anymore, unless it's a re-release, and I don't think they've re-released Suikoden 1. I'm not planning on doing any Pokemon games, even though that is one of my more favorite game series of all time. I'm also not planning on doing any Fire Emblem, because it's just frustrating. I like the games, don't get me wrong, I like the games, but I'm not going to be Let's Playing Fire Emblem, I don't think. I really like Awakening, but again, I can't record any DS or 3DS games. Let me see, what else? So yeah, I log on Minecraft, and then I basically spend most of my time talking about other games, which is fine. Kerbal Space Program is still going. Spore is still going. I gotta try to figure out what I want to do with Spore. I want to figure out what I want to do, well, what you guys want to do with my space stage. So well, we can always either start up a new one or try to take over the galaxy. Oh, that'll take forever. I'd have to speed that up. Like, that's just too crazy for me. So try to take over the galaxy, try to take over the Grox. I'm not going to try to ally with them because I can never get along with them. I've tried many times. I just give up. Like, they're just too hard for me to get along with. That, and I don't want to destroy anything. I could try to find Earth. Because the Earth, like our solar system is in Spore. So I could do that as like a 1 or 2 episode feature thing. Let me think. I'm not going to get the expansion, the Galactic Adventures expansion for Spore. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. I've seen people play it, and it's just not my thing. I don't really like it. So I'm not going to get it. So Spore is probably going to be one of those games that I'm just going to keep playing it differently each time. Because there's like 12 or so at least different spacefaring organizations? What would you call it? I don't know. There's like 12 different ones, and all depends on how you treat other creatures during your adventure. It's like you can be completely peaceful and become a shaman, like peaceful and religious, like stuff like that. And I think I'm going to end up being either a warrior or a knight or something like that. I think it's a warrior for me. But you guys don't know that in Spore yet. Ha ha ha. Yeah. And each one has their own benefits. I think with the shaman you can use your skill and automatically teleport back to your home planet. That would be good if you want to get to the center of the galaxy and don't want to deal with getting out of it again. All you have to do then is just teleport out. You're done. What other games was I planning on Let's Playing? I'm almost afraid to record Legend of Dragoon because I'm just afraid of the how the sound quality will be. After all, I saw how it didn't end well with the Spore creature stage. Man, that sounded terrible. But Legend of Dragoon actually is the first ever PlayStation 1 game I have played. My friend that I was telling you about who had the Suikoden game, she she also had Legend of Dragoon, and that was the first game I played on the PlayStation 1. And for somebody who was playing games on the Super Nintendo up until then, I did not expect the music to sound so good. So that's why I've always said that Legend of Dragoon had my most favorite soundtrack, and the main reason why is just because it's the first one I've ever heard that had beautiful sound like piano and stuff like that. I mean, I know there's Super Nintendo games that can emulate that sound, but you know it's MIDI music basically. So yeah, so I got well, there's a couple of games I'm trying on the not on the PlayStation, on the well, yeah, actually on the PlayStation as well, but I'm trying other games on the Super Nintendo. When it comes to consoles and stuff like that, I usually Sony is usually my personal favorite for consoles. But when it comes to handheld games, it's Nintendo all the way. So, well, like in my opinion, I think Nintendo kind of fizzled out after the Super Nintendo era ended. Because I'm just a RPG junkie, so after the Super Nintendo, almost every system after that Nintendo made that's not handheld is just not made for RPGs. I mean, I know it has Zelda and stuff like that. And the GameCube has Tales of Symphonia. I'm looking forward to getting the PlayStation 3 remake of that, because it's going to have the Wii sequel. This is taking forever. Oh well, I think I did pretty good tonight. I got this episode recorded, 2 episodes of Spore, and 1 episode of Tales of Fantasia. One person commented that the quality of my videos is not the best. I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm just using Fraps and I'm compressing it with Windows Movie Maker. This is mostly a hobby. If making videos like this was a job, I would make sure that I was having high quality videos every time. But this is more like a hobby, just to keep myself interested, just to keep myself doing something in the apartment, and that's basically it. So if the quality is less than par, well, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to put up with it. I'm gonna try to get a new microphone though, because I do know that that's the shittiest thing I've ever heard. After all, I was 30 episodes of Tales of Fantasia before I figured out how to get the volume to go up. And for the life of me, I wouldn't be able to go back and find it again. Yeah. So this is basically what I've been doing the past couple of days on Minecraft, just filling in this. At least I'm over halfway done now. Once all that's filled in, then I'll go down and start doing the bottom layers. Won't be so hard to do the bottom layers, because all I'm going to be doing is the outside rims. Oh boy, tired. Alright, well I think I'm going to end off here. I've had enough rambling, and told you about my Let's Play projects in the future, what's going to happen. Oh, touch the mouse. Anyway, next time on my Minecraft server, I'm hoping to have a couple of people log in. I sent a Skype message to Browsefrosh, but I'd say, well, it's almost 7 o'clock here my time, 7 p.m. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's pretty late his time. I might record later on tonight, completely depending on if Browsefrosh logs in. If he doesn't, no big deal. If he does, no big deal. Anyway, next time I'm hoping to have all of this part at the very least filled in. So I'll be doing something a little bit more different. This is Tsukihime signing off. Have a good day.